Hey guys, welcome to my channel. I hope that you will like the content that I'm going to be releasing on here. The main thing that I'm going to be talking about on this channel is my experience with NOFAP, the benefits that it's given to me, and just the things that I get up to, some of the changes that I've made to accommodate my new lifestyle with NOFAP, and maybe it will inspire some of you guys to also take this on. This has probably been the biggest challenge of my life, and that's why I made this channel. It's kind of a selfish reason. I've watched a lot of other YouTube channels that talk about NOFAP, and they seem to be quite wishy-washy, like, I'm now getting all these girls, or I'm like a monster in the gym, or they seem to like really blow up the benefits. I'm more of a realistic person anyway, so for me, you will just get the reality of it and how I feel, and just the truth. And truth of the matter is that I'm doing this channel for accountability. I want people to follow me and be like, keep going and give me that encouragement, because it's not easy. NOFAP, like I said, has been the hardest thing that I've ever done, and I know about the grind. Like, I grew up in a really poor neighborhood. I managed to build an online business that's allowed me to travel the world. I'm currently in Cape Town, and I'm from the UK, so I'm like a digital nomad. I go to the gym, so I know what it's like to really persevere and sort of work hard to get something you want. But I can tell you now that NOFAP has been the hardest thing that I've had to do. So let's start with my story. I started fapping probably around the age of 13, 14. It's really crazy because the first time I ever masturbated was in a fucking library. Imagine, a public library in the UK. It's absolutely crazy. I found like a way to get through the library system and get on porn, because obviously libraries have parental controls, but I found a way around it, being the computer freak that I've always been, and managed to get onto porn, and I started fapping. And ever since then, I've been fapping wherever I had the opportunity. I think at the age of 17, 18, when I started doing my online business, I used to work 19 hours a day. It was a really lonely time, didn't have a lot of friends, didn't have any girlfriends, and fapping was the way. Like, it just made me feel less lonely. It helped me release all that built up testosterone that I had as a 17, 18 year old, and that's when it really became a habit, like a daily habit. I would sign up to porn websites. I'd get really good at like browsing, and I got really addicted. But I used to think it was normal because my friends used to also fap, and we used to just talk about it like it's a normal thing. Like, do you watch porn? I watch porn. Everyone watches porn. I used to think that it would help me get better at sex when I do get a girlfriend, and when I did start getting into relationships. My business started becoming more successful. I started getting girlfriends and long-term girlfriends. I used to think that it would help me have better sex, that porn would help me have better sex. So I carried on masturbating, I carried on watching porn, even though I was in a relationship with a stunning girl. And then, 5-6 years later, I'm 24 now, and I've started to feel like porn didn't excite me as much. So I started to look at more and more extreme types of porn, and also sex just didn't feel as nice. Sex with my ex-girlfriend didn't feel as good as it did before. Like, when I first started having sex, I started seeing the difference between sex at 18 and sex at 24, and I was like, whoa, this is a bit too early. I shouldn't be feeling a diminishing sensation at 24, and this should be coming at 30 or 35, and this is way too early. I started doing my research, and I was like, oh, maybe I do have a problem. Maybe my problem is my fapping. I've always been a fit person. I've always been someone that went to the gym, and I even started noticing that I'd feel more tired after the gym, like I would need to have more sleep. So there was just a couple of things that was sort of, making me aware that this is a problem. Another thing that I started feeling as well is that I didn't have control of my thoughts anymore. I would have these like crazy thoughts that I'd be like, wow, why am I thinking this? Like, why do I have this sex scene in my head right now? Like, I'm just walking down the street, and so all of a sudden this sex scene starts playing in my head, and I'm like, oh, this is crazy. I never asked for this to appear in my thoughts. This is absolutely mad. So yeah, I started knowing that this is a problem. The feeling of guilt as well, understanding that the porn industry is not really a moral industry. There's a lot of abuse going on, there's a lot of trafficking going on. And also the feeling that, I'm not in control, that I'm not disciplined enough. Like, how can I not be disciplined enough to say no to watching porn? Like, I'm disciplined enough to work and to watch my diet and to go to the gym, but I'm not disciplined enough to say no to porn. So I knew that there was a problem. So I think about 6 months ago, I started the NOFAP journey. I didn't really look into it. It was just something that I did personally. So, I'd take like a month off, and then after a month I'd be like, you know what, I deserve an orgasm. I deserve to masturbate. Let me just, masturbate, and then I'd masturbate, and then I'd be like, yeah, it's alright. I'm not gonna go back to masturbating every day, but give it about a week, and I'm masturbating every day again. I'm back to normal. And then so I'd be doing this like repeatedly. So I'd take like 2-3 weeks off, and then get back on it again, and then get addicted again for a couple of weeks. And I'm like, oh whoa, I need to lay off this and discipline myself, and then I'll be off it, and I'll do the NoFap thing, and then I'll get back on it. So I'll be on and off for such a long time. But it's really when my latest relationship started going down south that I realized that NoFap is really important, because like I said, I'm a digital nomad, so I do quite a lot of traveling. And my ex-girlfriend, me and my ex-girlfriend, were just going through a funny period, because we'd spend like months apart. Like, she's in the UK and she lives in Liverpool, and I'll be traveling to places like Thailand or Philippines where there's a lot of women and there's a lot of prostitutes and stuff like that. There's a lot of sex, and it just got to a point where she started feeding into the temptations that were around her, I didn't. I'm not gonna lie, I didn't want to be as weak as her. Looking at her sort of going through her temptations. She's a lot younger than me. I'm 24, she was 19. At university, I was a businessman, so she had different kind of temptations to me. University, how crazy university is, and I could tell that she just wanted to live that life. She wanted to be free. So sort of seeing that, it was like, I thought, okay, I have to be a better person than her. I mean, if she's still feeding into these illusions and into these into these pleasures that don't last long, like casual sex and partying and going out and being promiscuous, if she's still feeding into that, then I should be a better person than her, and I should stop feeding into that. And part of that journey would be not to watch porn anymore. By that time I've already stopped going out as much. I've not had a one-night stand for years, so I'm sort of off that, but porn was still an issue. Porn sort of replaced the lifestyle that I had before, because after I sort of started making money with online marketing, I started partying a lot, and I started spending all the money that I made on buying bottles in the club and hip hop stuff and doing all that crazy stuff. And so it was like, okay, porn started replacing that, and I thought, okay, now I need to let go of it. I need to be a better person than my ex. So I think our troubles and our breakup really helped me become the man that I am today, because I realized that it's a lot of people sort of feed into this this lifestyle that's been advertised, and not just through porn. I think it's been advertised through social media, it's been advertised through TV, it's been advertised just through billboards, this like Tinder lifestyle, just date as many people as you want, have sex whenever you want. There's nothing, no meaning behind it. Just have fun, you know, one life. This like short-term pleasure that just doesn't last. Like porn is such a short-term thing. You know, you wank for 5 minutes and then it's gone, and it's all, your energy's gone. You know, you can't even, you know, stand up and go for a bike ride or go for a run. You can't do it. Your energy's completely gone. It's such a short-term pleasure. But still, this is what's being promoted. You know, they don't, the people in power, like these big corporations that are behind the media and stuff, they don't promote things that last, like long-term pleasures. You know, they don't promote things like meditation. Just because, you know, these are things that if you do take it on and you start doing it, it will last you a lifetime. You know, these are things that can make you live longer, that can make you be happier, that can make you more in control. And instead, they want to promote these short-term pleasures, like porn, like going out, like alcohol, like Tinder, like Instagram. You know, just these like, oh, you got a like, yeah, you feel good for a minute, and then you want another one. You know, it just doesn't last. So yeah, so that's when I thought, okay, now I need to take this stuff seriously. I need to really get on this NoFap thing. And so to be fair, I got on NoFap just before the relationship ended, just because I felt it coming. You know, things started going fine. I thought, okay, this is sort of going towards the end. Let me take this NoFap on, so when we do split up, it's already part of, you know, part of my everyday thinking, and, you know, it will help me sort of transition from being in a relationship, in another relationship, to not be a relationship, because I didn't want to break up with her and then get on to porn and start running around and doing, you know, Tinder and doing all these things that everyone else is doing, going out and one night stands. I didn't want to get onto that. So I thought, okay, if I start disciplining myself from now and get on NoFap, it'd be a lot easier for me after we split up. So yeah, I started doing NoFap. So this is about, I'd say now probably about over a month, maybe about 35 days since I started doing NoFap, and I've not watched porn since. It's an absolute miracle. I can't believe it. I can't believe I came this far. Like I said, it's been the hardest thing I've ever done. And I just thought, okay, maybe I can give you guys some tips on how I got this far and what's helped me. So they say that when you get towards the second month, it's the hardest part, and it really is. I can tell you that from now. That's when it really starts hitting you, and you start telling yourself excuses like, oh, I can just FAP once, or it's not that bad, or NoFap's bullshit. You know, you start telling yourself all these things that just illusions, you know, because you want to give yourself an excuse to FAP. That's what you want to do. You know, especially me being by myself, and, you know, being in Cape Town at the moment, not being in the UK, and just sort of being away from everyone. And here I have to socialize and sort of have to get out. If I want to meet a woman, I have to, you know, really make an effort. I'm in a completely different country. Fapping's like the easy way out, isn't it? And yeah, it's been really hard. And just there's a couple of things that I've been doing. So every time I feel like masturbating and watching porn, Google is my friend. And there's so much good information on Google on why you shouldn't masturbate. In fact, if you type in masturbation, there's more good information than bad information. All the bad information comes from, you know, places like BuzzFeed, places like what's the other one, the really popular website, like medical news, and just basically websites that are sponsored by, you know, big corporations, like big website, you know, these massive blogs, and they're the ones that normally sort of promote masturbation, so you know that they're bad anyway, but they're in the minority. There's so many people around the world that have gone to this NoFap journey, and, you know, that bring really strong arguments on why you shouldn't masturbate, and they range from religious to spiritual to health. There's so many different reasons. So every time I sort of feel like masturbating, I Google the reasons why I shouldn't, and there'd be like a list of reasons. That's really helped. Another thing that's helped is going for a walk. For me personally, whenever I feel like I have this urge, I just, even if it's nighttime, I just go for a walk, man. And for some reason, just the moonlight and the stars just really help release that energy. And also, what also really helped me is socializing. Really going out there. Like, I've literally just come out. I'm in Cape Town. I've just been. I've just gone to a restaurant by myself and met such a really great group of people, including some decent women that were part of that group, and it just helps to socialize and meet normal women, women that aren't porn stars. These are just regular women that have jobs, and that if you're nice to them and you dress up and you have a haircut and you work out, they might actually be attracted to you, and they might you might have a sexual relationship with them eventually. So it's sort of good to have that, and it does boost your confidence. So I'd say, yeah, those three things have probably really helped me get this far. So Google is your friend. Google NoFap as much as possible, read up on it as much as possible. Whenever you have the urge of masturbating, going for a walk is absolutely amazing. It helps you think. It helps you really clear that bad energy. Just like that energy that hangs around in your belly, that sexual chakra, and that overload of energy. I think going for a walk really helps release that. A long walk, those 1 hour walks, really go for it. And socializing. Even if you don't have many friends, just go to a place where there's people. I mean, you'd be surprised how many people are up for a random conversation. I've had so many random conversations around the world, and I've met some really great people. I mean, even if it's just for one night and you don't speak to them again, people are down for talking. If you're friendly and if you look the part, people are down for it. And so are women. I'm not on this whole PUA thing and go out there and game women and nah, I don't really believe in that. I think I'll just say go out there and socialize, talk to men, talk to women, and just be a human, be yourself, be friendly, speak to someone the way you want them to speak to you, and just see what happens. And I've met some really great people, especially since I've started doing NoFap. And the benefits, my skin is better. I definitely think that my skin has improved. Like, sometimes I look in the mirror and I can't believe it. I have this like shine now that I didn't really have before. I mean, I've always been into skin products. Like, I've got oils and I wash my face every day, and I'm just a bit of a diva when it comes to skin, just because I've always not had the best skin. So I've always had to sort of go above and beyond to have good skin compared to everyone else. And I definitely think that NoFap has improved my skin, which has also then improved my attractiveness. It's also helped me grow more hair, have a bit more facial hair, have a bit more hair on top. This is probably the most hair I've ever had in my life. Even though I have been suffering from hair loss since I was 18, I've taken measures against it. I'm on minoxidil. I've changed my diet up, and I use avocado oil and peppermint every week as a mask to just sort of help me grow my hair out on top. But ever since I've started doing NoFap, my hair growth has increased so much that now I'm sort of getting compliments from people on my hair. So I definitely say that's helped my skin, it's helped my hair, it's helped my exercise. I can exercise a lot more, I have more energy. Before, I mentioned to you how I would feel a lot more tired compared to when I was younger, but now I sort of feel like an 18-year-old again. I can do a 3-hour session in the gym and then go out and eat and walk and talk to people and be active, which is something I couldn't do before. I definitely think NoFap's helped me with that as well. So it's given me way more energy. I just think it was an illusion, but it has. And the best benefit of NoFap is the fact that it encourages you to fix up on all the other parts of your life. So I've already tried, you know, to be healthy with my nutrition, and I got, you know, to quite a good level of, you know, nutritional health. But I definitely think that NoFap has even pushed me further. You know, I'm even more vegan now than I was before. You know, by that I mean I eat less meat than I did before, way less meat. You know, because I'm aware of how bad meat is, but it's tasty, right? So I eat way less meat than I did before. I drink way more water than I did before. I've completely cut out sugary stuff and junk food since I started doing NoFap, because I'm like, okay, so I'm doing this now. This is like the hardest thing that I've ever done in my life. So all these other things are a lot easier to do. Cutting out sugar and cutting out saturated fats. That's not a problem. You know, that's nothing. Man can do that. So it's definitely helped me become more disciplined across the board. And I'd say lastly, it's also helped me with, you know, pursue my dreams. So yeah, I am a digital nomad, I have an online business, but the business that I'm doing now is not the business that I love. It's not, you know, it just makes me money, allows me to travel the world, which is great, and I know I'm lucky, but I also have a dream, you know, this other thing that I'm currently working on, which is what I'm going to get into, and it's definitely helped me really go after it, because before I'd sort of be procrastinating. I'd be like, should I, you know, why don't I just stick to this? But now I'm like fully go for it, just because I have all this extra testosterone and this extra energy. It's like I'm just putting it towards that. And when I did break up with my girlfriend, it didn't affect me as much as well, because, you know, I was already on NoFap, so I didn't like go wild on porn, or I didn't like go on Tinder and like, yeah, let me find the next, you know, another girl to fuck. I was like, okay, wow, cool. I'm already disciplined. I'm already on NoFap. Let me just carry on with my life. Let me put this extra energy. Now I don't have a girlfriend. I even have more energy to put towards my dreams, so I can pursue it properly. So, you know, there's so many benefits, man. Those are just some that I can think at the top of my head. Like I said, I'm not prepared for this video. This is just something I've done after a night out. I'm not prepared for it all, but I can tell you now, it's been a good journey, and it's still, you know, it's still pretty difficult. Like I think from what I've seen online, month 2, you know, it's like an everyday struggle, and I'm prepared for it now. Especially now I'm on YouTube. I don't want to be the guy that relapses. I don't want to have to upload a video saying I've relapsed and I need to go again. This is my accountability. You know, you guys watching this are, you know, you're my mentors now. You're the ones that are gonna help me stay on this journey and become a better person. So yeah, I know that there's a lot more to come. This is just a start, but I also know that eventually it will get a lot easier. I don't know when, maybe at month 3, month 4, they say when you go past 90 days, the addiction's gone. So I aim to get to 90 days and completely get rid of this addiction. And hopefully by then my dream business will be set up and I can pursue my life goal. So yeah, that's that. So I've sort of given you a rough summary of my journey and the changes I felt and why I'm doing it. I hope this is an inspiration for you to also start. And you know, NoFap is the hardest thing you ever do. I'm not going to tell you that it's easy. I can't, because, you know, I'm still in month 2. I can't tell you that this is easy, but you do need to really get onto this now, because the longer that you masturbate, the worse the consequences are. Like I said, I'm 24. My libido was diminishing. I remember, you know, having sex and 2-3 minutes in, there's no hard on, because it's not the same sensation as masturbating to porn. It's just not the same. So just the act of sex, the act of actually being inside a woman and passionate sex was worse than me masturbating myself, me having sex with myself. It just doesn't make sense. And I think that the more you carry on this path of fapping and masturbating and watching porn, the worse it gets, till eventually it's gone. Till eventually you won't even get a hard anymore. You know, you've completely depleted yourself. Until eventually your energy is completely gone and you just can't do anything anymore, and you just become this fat guy on the sofa. I really think that that's where you're heading towards if you watch porn. You know, you're heading to a life of, you know, of mediocrity, of not doing what you should be doing, of not fulfilling your dreams, of not being a man. So it's just stop now and start taking control of yourselves. You know, start this hard journey from now. Don't delay it, because the longer you delay the NoFap journey, the harder it's going to be for you. You know, it's pretty hard for me now. But what do you expect? You know, you've been fapping for about a good 10 years, so I don't expect it to be easy. You know, this is what I deserve. But I know that my 30-year-old self will look back and think, okay, I still got, you know, a full head of hair. You know, I look good. I'm fresh. Thank you for you know, for stopping the masturbation. So yeah, get on to it, guys. I'm probably gonna release another video in about a month time to sort of tell you how I feel like in month 3, and I hope this video goes out to as many people as possible. I know some of you will not like me because, you know, I'm not the most exciting YouTuber, but yeah, this is just me being me and telling you my journeys and what I've been through. So there you go. NoFap, bro.